thank you all for coming out today. Christine's got a very interesting background. She's really kind of become an advocate for us here on campus. She's kind of gone the other way around. A lot of people go from like small business into big business and corporations. And Christine definitely blazed her own trail in the sense of she started in corporate and then went into her own business now and is basically her own boss now. But I don't want to give away too much of anything she has to talk about today. So I'm going to welcome Christine up in front of you guys.
Hey, how you guys doing? So I'm going to give you this. I want you to pass it out. I need you guys to show some energy here, okay? Energy, transparency, energy. Okay? If you're sitting in a bump in the log, I'm not going to think that you understand what I'm talking about, all right? Yeah? Go ahead. Do just some handouts. I'm from Boston, so the East Coast, just take one, pass it out. So I've been told that I speak really fast, because I'm from the East Coast. So if I'm speaking too fast, just say, Christine, can you slow down, all right? So just a little bit about my background. So I'm from Boston, Massachusetts, as I said, and I grew up there all my life. And my parents met in the service, so I'm half black and half Japanese, which is kind of a blended family. That's cool? It's very interesting you say it's cool. It is cool. But back in the day when I was growing up, what wasn't so cool, how many of you heard about the Ku Klux Klan? You studied about that yesterday? You heard about that? You know what wasn't cool about that? When I was growing up, and you guys would say, oh, that's back in the day. Well, back in the day, the Ku Klux Klan and whoever used to burn crosses in front of my house. And my dad was one of those guys when the TV show you see people trying to get the guns and get off my land. My dad was one of those guys that have to tell the people to get off my land with a shotgun. Is that crazy? Yeah. But I'm standing here today to show you, you know what? We can persevere and be whoever we want to be, no matter what we come against, people. So, more about my background. So, I was one of those children that they would classify as a rebel. How many of you heard that term? Yeah? I love it. So, how many of you guys are rebels? Are classified as a rebel? Rebel doesn't mean to be bad. Rebel doesn't have to be bad. Rebel just means that, you know what? You have your own vision and your own way, and that you are driven to make that go that way. Rebel does not mean bad, okay? So, I know I'm not bad. I was a rebel, and I had decided that my dad said, in order to leave home, again, we had to get married right out of high school to marry into where we were going. The girls were not allowed to leave home and be on their own. So, I said, my sisters, I was the youngest, my sister got married, and then my other sister married his cousin, and then I was low-key dating his cousin, and I said, that's not for me. So in order to leave home, my dad said, if you want to move out, you have to go 3,000 miles away. So I looked on a map, and I said, you know what? California is 3,000 miles away. And at the age of 17, after I graduated from school, I left home to come out here. And I was blessed because I turned down a 4-year scholarship to go to college. I was one out of 7 kids, the first one to even get to go to college. And I got a 4-year scholarship from the NAACP. I turned it down, and with my faith, came out to California. I worked for Hewlett Packard and got a job with them, and I got put into the engineer training program. They ended up paying for my whole college degree. 20 hours a week I had to work for them, and training, 20 hours a week I went to college. Graduated from Cal State Hayward with an engineering degree, and then went on to get my MBA. So see, you can do it. There's a lot of different experiences along the way. I had to ride a bicycle to work every day. I had to put one of those helmets on. I had to suck up my pride. My hair was flat. You know, when you have to put the helmet on and you have to ride the bike. And then one other quick story is that my pants used to get caught in the chain. Look at you shaking your head. You get that? And then you fall over. And when it's raining. But you know what? Like I said, I persevered, and I always was determined. So that's all about me. I retired at the age of 24. After being an HP for 11 years to start my own business, because I also realized working for someone else wasn't part of my calling for so many reasons, you know? So, having said that, does anyone have any questions for me before I get into my little piece and preparation awareness of what we can do to be prepared for life? No? Okay. Am I speaking too fast? No. All right, sounds good. So, I gave you a handout, and these are just some of my notes, okay? So if you see some things that aren't grammatical, I'm sorry, I just did some notes I want to share with you. So I'm going to ask you guys, after we go over one, I want to get an experience that you had and how this could help you, all right? or you had an audition that you had to prepare for and you wanted to be perfect, but then all that perfection led you down to being late. Did that ever happen? Give me an example. Okay, go ahead. Give me an example of how that happened.
Sometimes like when organizing my birthday or something, I wanted it to be perfect. And then it isn't, and there's always like stuff comes up, and then I get absolutely devastated, and I'm like, okay mom, I'm gonna cancel the party. Yeah, but I didn't cancel it, you didn't let me go late.
Yes, that's a good parent there, right? Then I told you to cancel. Does anyone else have something to share with anybody? No? Well, so what happens is that when you really, I think, I'm a perfectionist. When you're doing screen, my business does branding, so we really take pride in what we do. We want to make sure that that client's logo looks perfect. I just rejected 500 shirts that we printed, and I rejected them all and made my team redo them all. And we ended up donating those shirts to the schools and the homeless and all that, because I'm really a perfectionist. So sometimes in that area, when it really makes sense to, do the right thing, it's important. But sometimes, if you just spend so much time on the same thing over and over and you're not really getting the headway, I say, make sure that you're going to pass it, do the best job you can, always put your best foot forward, and then move on. All right? So don't become such the perfectionist that you end up missing the boat and the whole opportunity. The next thing I want to share is being a procrastinator. How many of you have challenges with procrastinating? Woo, no, I do too, but yeah. Okay, well give me a story. All right, anybody, give me a story. Go ahead, go, tell me what happened to you.
I had a project that was due a month late, after that month, and I waited till the last week to do it.
Yeah, but you did it, right?
Yeah.
Killed yourself, stayed up all night, did whatever you had to do, you did it, right? Yeah, doesn't feel good, but yeah, we do get it done. High achiever, but procrastinate. Anyone else? Go ahead.
I had homework to do and I was staying up on my phone and I didn't realize how much time was passing. It was already 4 a.m.
You know what? Instagram will take that time away from you too. There are times that I was just looking at Instagram and I'm thinking, 2 hours, what the heck? What am I doing? And I'm literally just sitting there when I should have done something else. So thank you for sharing those experiences, but it is so true. Try not to procrastinate. One of the things that can help you not procrastinate is if you just take, set measurable goals. Now when I say measurable, if we said, oh, I have a lot of homework to do, or I have a project that's due in 2 weeks, right? So set little goals every day to get that project done. Like one day we'll say, I'm gonna spend 30 minutes, set your timer, 30 minutes, and I'm gonna do the research for that project. And then the next time we say, okay, I'm actually gonna start writing the project. So try to set measurable goals that you can measure whether you're getting it done or not, all right? So let's focus on not procrastinating. Okay, now it's preparation. So I would say when preparation meets the opportunity, that's when you guys can get the victory. So I need someone to share a story with me, like how many of you have had to find, how many of you drive? Do you guys drive? How many of you have gotten up in the morning and couldn't find your keys? And running around late looking for your keys? Or looking for your shoe, or okay, looking for your shoe, or looking for that favorite jacket, or looking for that makeup brush that you can't find and you're looking for it and now you're late. Have we had experience that? Okay, so try to be proactive and prepare. But that little behavior rolls into something bigger when you get older, right? So if we have bad habits in preparing, that is going to keep you from getting that victory. So when you get older, and you're now interviewing for a job, or you have an opportunity to meet someone, and then you still have that same bad pattern of procrastinating or not being prepared for where you have to go, you're going to be late for your interview. Or be late to, like my daughter was trying to audition, she's a vocalist, and she had to go somewhere, and she thought she had a ride, she's living in LA now, and I told her, get on the map first, figure out what time you have to leave, because you're in LA, it's going to take you 2 hours to get there, and you need to make sure. She goes, I got it. Well, 45 minutes before her audition, she says, Mom, I'm going to be late, it's red. Girl, I told you. So, when it counts, you really have to make sure. So start breaking those bad habits now, and start learning how to be proactive and prepare for that time, okay? Because you may not get that chance again, whatever that is. But the whole thing about the planning, and that's really true, is that if you start planning, even not so far ahead of the game, like plan for the little steps in between, right? Then it becomes more effective in your life. For instance, how many of you have felt that, gosh, I'm not doing anything with my life, or my life isn't going the way I really want it to go? There you go, right? You know why? Because that your eyes are on that star, and it's so far away, you feel like, dang, you know, I'm not doing what I need to do, which is not true. There's just so many steps along the way that you need to plan for those little steps and celebrate those steps, because you don't want to miss out on your journey of life. You guys will never relive this day and this time in your life, you know? There's been some times where I say, dang, I wish I could go back to high school or go back to college. You'll never get to relive this journey. So I always tell people, live your best life. Wherever you are today, live your very best life and do the very best that you can, and you'll never regret it. So I was trying to plan what you're going to do. I don't care if it's just like, okay, I'm going to plan to just call to find out what's going on or what I have to do. Make that call. Or put that in the plan, and then execute the plan, all right? And you'll never feel like your life is in limbo. And even if you find like you're halfway through your plan, and you've been doing it, and you realize, dang, that's not really what I want to do. It's not what I thought it was. And I don't want to do that anymore. It's okay, because you know what we have? It's called reset. You reset, reestablish a new plan, and then start over. And it's okay, because at your age, you can reset 1,000 times. But just be true to your plan, all right? I want you to put some pep in your step, because if you don't put some pep in your step, you're never gonna get anywhere. How many of you ever feel like you just don't feel like doing anything? Ooh, I love that. I feel like that too. So we have to put some pep in our step and be deliberate about what we're doing with our time. So who can give me an example of just wasting time? Okay, go ahead, Lori.
This month I've been working on UC applications and like the personal insight questions, and I find myself just dozing off right when I turn on my laptop, and all of a sudden 3 hours have passed and I've written like 2 sentences.
Okay.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, that is, right? But you know what I was saying? You're tired. And that's really happening. So I encourage you, when that happens and you find yourself dozing off, sometimes what I do is I'll sit in my chair in front of my computer, and I'm saying, I'm taking a 5-minute nap right in my chair, and I'll close my eyes. And 5 to 10 minutes later, how many of you felt that the cat nap really works? You wake up like you've been slept for 8 hours. So take a cat nap, Tori, just do it. Take a cat nap. Okay, you had your hand up, sure.
Last night actually, I was doing my homework and I started playing some music, and I really liked like the chords of the song, and so I like wasted a lot of time by going upstairs to go get my keyboard, bring it downstairs, and try to figure out what the chords were. When the whole time I had homework, and then I was like making my own song when I had homework, and I stayed up till like 2 and made a song, but I should have.
Yeah. Well, you know, in that scenario, yes, you should have done your homework. You know, but I want to commend you on having passion for something. And the reason you really want to do that, you want to figure it out. You're very passionate, obviously, about your music and your keyboard. So that's beautiful. So, yeah, just maybe next time do your homework, then do that. But yeah, good job. Thank you for sharing. So, put some pep in your step. Be deliberate about what you're trying to do. Try not to waste too much time. And you'll have more time for fun later and whatever your passion is. How many of you feel like you maybe don't have patience if someone's trying to talk to you? Okay. You, go ahead. Give me an example of something that you feel like you don't have patience with.
When YouTube videos listen.
Oh, really? I love that though. Okay, go ahead.
I don't have the patience to wait. I want to just get out of high school or whatever and just move on so I can start something different. So that I don't have the patience and I'm just sitting around, feel like I'm doing nothing.
Yeah, and you feel like your life is being on pause and put on hold on because you really want to get to that outside stuff. But you know what, I'm going to tell you something about that outside stuff, girl? You're going to love high school right now. You need to love this, what's going on. It's a whole nother world, not bad, But like I said, you guys will never be able to relive this moment. And you know what the best thing is? That you're part of this finance academy? This is over the freaking top. No one's ever talked to me about money, so you know what that did for me when I was growing up? Nobody talked to me about money to the point where I actually lost so much money, it was crazy. Because I didn't know any better. And I was 40 years old at the time. But if they would have talked to me in high school, like you have this academy, and we're trying to really encourage you guys to learn about money, just the fact that we can talk about money, it's amazing. So I would say soak it all in, soak everything in, take advantage of every learning opportunity, and just live your life today. The other thing is that I feel like I'm very patient. I really love working with students or people, and I like teaching them, because two things it does for me. One is, it helps me feel like I'm adding value to someone's life. And I also feel like we need to be patient with others, because there's going to be a time in life when you really want someone to listen to you. You're going to need someone to have that ear. And so I say pay it forward. If someone's coming to you and talking to you, I mean, don't let them waste your time. I mean, so if they're on repeat and they've told you the story 10 times, you might need to say, okay, you know, I ain't got time right now. This is not, I don't have time. But if you have someone who you feel like is really genuinely trying to talk to you and they need you to be patient with them, I say pay it forward, because there's going to come a day when you might mess up or do something and you need someone to show grace to you and be patient, and the universe will take care of the rest. But just pay it forward, so when your turn comes and you really need someone to be patient, then they'll be patient with you, right? So treat people the way you want to be treated. My next P is for parents. So I don't want you to rule out your parents. How many of you really feel like your parents just don't get you? Okay. So I'm going to give you a little homework, because I was that way. And I just did the opposite and I left home, because I felt my parents didn't understand me. I even said, y'all are crazy, but that wasn't the case. But what I didn't know at the time, I didn't know how to communicate to my parents. And every time I would talk to them, like I wanted to be a dancer. How many of you know of, did you guys know Michael Jackson, or did you know? Y'all know Michael Jackson? Okay, you guys know Michael Jackson. So when I was growing up, me and Michael Jackson the same age. You knew Michael Jackson the same age, we grew up the same time. And what was really great is that one time I'm from Boston, and I ran away from home to New York to see the concert because my dad wouldn't let me go. So I ran away, and I caught a bus, and I went to New York, and then the concert was over, and I called my dad, and I said, I don't know how to get home. I was like, oh my God, he's gonna whip me, because in those days you used to spank your kids. I knew I was gonna get a whipping bad. I said, oh my God. But my parents didn't understand my love for music. I was one of those kids who would stand in front of the mirror. We had 7 kids in our family, so we're all close in age. And me and my sisters and brothers, we'd stand in front of the mirror like we're the Jackson 5, and we'd be singing in the bathroom, we'd be squishing, trying to sing, because we wanted to be singers, right? But during that time, there was just no way. That was not even allowed. To think that you were going to be an entertainer, that was like, no. You have to go to college, be a doctor, a lawyer, Indian chief. If you were talking about that, it was okay. But to be an entertainer, absolutely not. So I told my parents they didn't understand me, right? But what they did understand me, but they didn't understand my vision. They wanted me to go with their vision. And so we had a bad communication. We just did not communicate. So what I tell you is, let's not forget about our parents. Your parents love you. All you want them to do, I get it, is validate what you're saying. It's not even so important that they agree with you and that they say you're right and wrong, but you want them to understand your perspective. And if your parents can understand your perspective and repeat it back to you, then you might feel more better about they understand you, because at least you would know that they're repeating back. So here you go. So when you feel like your parents aren't getting it, I want you to explore their path. Okay? Explore their path. Say explore their path. Explore their path. Whenever someone doesn't understand something you're talking about, I want you to explore their path. So, give me an example of something whoever raised their hand, their parents don't understand. Who raised their hand and said, give me one thing that they don't understand. The parents don't understand you. Don't be shy. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I've been like working really hard because I'm getting to college and everything, junior year is a stressful time. My parents, like every time I'm like doing like my other work, like for school, like actual school, they'd be like, where's your SAT? And you're supposed to be doing an SAT. I'm like, dude, I have all this stuff to get through first, and then like we're not SAT. And then I do tell them that it takes forever for them to like understand.
And then they're writing you, right? Okay, so scratch explore their path. I'm gonna help you deal with this right now. What you're gonna, because exploring their path is really important, because in order, when you explore someone's path, you want to understand where they're coming from, okay? So we're gonna do the explore the path, and we're gonna help you share mutual purpose about what they're trying to do. So when your parents say, you know, you're supposed to be doing something else, but you're focused on this one thing that you're trying to achieve, I really want you to just stop in a moment and set up a mutual agreement with your parents. Just say, can we agree that the goal here is for me to get into college? Can we both agree that that's what we're trying to do? And mom and dad, don't yell at me. I'm just trying to ask, can we agree that that's what you're trying to do? I'm trying to do that. So can we just agree that I'm trying to get into college? And I know that I need to get my SATs, and I know that this is a high priority. And I promise, mom and dad, I will focus on that. However, I want you to trust me, to let me and allow me to finish doing my homework and these other things I need to do, and I will not be negligent. And if I need your help, I'll let you know and let you see how you can contribute to help me achieve getting into college. But right now, I just need you to believe in me a little bit, mom and dad. Can you do that? If you come at your parents like that, they might say, oh, okay, sorry. So that's called sharing the pool of meaning and establishing mutual purpose and mutual agreement. And then the agreement comes in here. So once you're able to have that little bit of dialogue, you're going to say, so the first thing I'm going to do is this homework assignment is going to be done by this next week. My commitment to you, mom and dad, is to make sure by December, whatever day you're going to give them, that will be done, and I will report back to you. Is that fair? That's fair, right? All right. So I want you to practice learning how to talk to your parents and explore their paths and just see where they're coming from. And sometimes it's as simple as that. It is as simple as that, really, okay? How many think that would work? Would that work if your parents were on you? All right. They're going to look at you kind of weird, like, what? Because they're going to expect you to get mad. You're not going to get mad. You're just going to talk to them and help them, okay? And if you forget what I said, call me. I'll tell you again, all right? Any of you can call myself up. All right, and the last thing I want to talk about, I'm not going to spend too much time, is making sure you find a mentor or finding someone who can help you and give you guidance. And I want you to be very selective of who you choose to be your mentor, because you have to give people permission to talk to you and be that authority figure in your life. The one thing you know about your parents, are not going to misguide you because they love you. But there are other people in the world who may not hold that same role. So just be very selective of who you allow to give you feedback and guide you down whatever path you're trying to go. And I would say get references, or if it's someone like you're saying, oh, you know, find someone who's done that before. So if you want to be an author, find someone who was an author. And then read their bio or do some research on them. And maybe that would be really helpful, okay? And finding out, you know, how you can make sure you get the right mentor in your life. And then make sure, no matter what you do, is that you're referenceable. You, at this day and age, you are referenceable. So what I'm saying is that if someone comes to me and says, hey, you know, can Sally, Sally's interviewing for a summer job for me. Now Sally might never work for me, but I would be able to say, yeah, you know, I met Sally at Independence, she's really a great person. I got to work with her a little bit on this project, or she was in this program with me, blah, 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 whatever. But whatever you do, make sure that you're referenceable, because that's going to mean a lot. Okay? Do we have any questions? I think I'm out of time during my 30 minutes. Any questions for me? No? No? Anything to share with anybody else? Okay, well then that's it then. So thank you then.